Welcome to Brewing TV. I'm Michael Dawson. Symposium, trade show, family reunion, competition, enormous party. The National Homebrewers Conference is all of these things. Held annually, the NHC is significant. It's the biggest gathering of homebrewers in the world, and it brings our hobby out of the basement or garage and into the national consciousness. The 2010 conference was held just last week, June 17th through the 19th, right here in the Twin Cities. So grab a pint, maybe grab 2 pints, and get ready for Brewing TV's 2010 NHC recap. NHC 2010, day one is well underway. We're in the registration suite. A lot of people still checking in. I've had 4 hours of sleep and a lot of excellent beers so far. There's seminars, there are beers being poured, and shop being talked in the hospitality suite. The highlight for tonight, Pro Brewers Night. While my co-host Jake Keeler was busy with AHA governing committee duties, I got a chance to hang out in the hospitality suite, where many of the 1,300 attendees, homebrewers from around the world, congregated around the clock to talk beer, think beer, and sample beer. I'm with Brewing TV. We're trying to get to the bottom of something.
Okay.
Cascadian Dark Ale or Black IPA?
Actually, I've never had either.
Okay. Does Black IPA sound like an oxymoron?
Yes.
Does Cascadia, does that exist?
Only in the Pacific Northwest.
So, is this just a dumb question?
Or a dumb answer, or
1056 or 1272?
1056.
Why?
It's East.
But so is 1272, dude.
I know, but it's American Ale.
American Ale 2. Oh, hey. That's his business card. This is why he's never had a homebrewing disaster. Can I ask you a question? Go around, describe your perfect beer in 3 words. It's kind of like writing haiku.
Free and cold.
Free and cold. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I would say balanced, malty, and easy drinking.
Easy to drink, hyphenated? Okay. Hers was a lot more considered than yours.
That's fine.
How about you?
served in a 1-liter mug.
That's too many words, but I agree. It's not all about socializing, though. There's plenty of learning to be done in sessions and seminars hosted by homebrewers and industry pros. Like this one from John Blickman. John talked about homebrewery design, from laying out a floor plan to things like ventilation and plumbing. Other seminars covered topics like lesser-known English beer styles, crafting award-winning and extract partial grain beers, and techniques for serving cask-conditioned ales. As all of this was going on, 3 top judges were faced with some serious business, choosing the best of show from this year's National Homebrew Competition.
Pretty big hop aroma, hop flavor, but again, I'm getting some age on the hops maybe, and it's more IPA-like.
Not very crisp.
No.
Really round.
After critical evaluation of more than 6,200 entries, the best of the best squared off behind closed doors. The top entry from each category, going head to head to head to head to head to head to head.
I smell soap. I mean, and maybe it's just because all these things are in soap. You know, chamomile and orange peel and coriander, and I'm going like, this is too much.
Judges tasted their way through all of them. One by one, the beers were taken off the table, until only one remained. A Flanders Red, brewed by Remy Bonnard of the Liquid Poet Society in Fort Collins, Colorado. Remy was thus crowned Homebrewer of the Year.
It's everything a Flanders Red should be. A Flanders Red is a sour ale that, for all the work, it's brewed like an Oktoberfest, and it tastes like cherries. There's no cherries in it. Go figure.
With the competition completed, it's off to Pro Brewers Night. Nearly 50 breweries were on hand to pour their beers. Many crowd favorites hailing from right here in Minnesota. For some, even better than the beer that night was the chance to meet Charlie Papazian, the man who set many of us walking the path of homebrewing. We had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Charlie P. during day 2. That's coming up in a few minutes. Day 1 of the NHC in the books. Brewing TV live, day 2 of the NHC. I'm Michael Dawson, standing here in front of John Blickman's brewing demonstration. On tap for today, we've got a keynote address from Summit's Mark Stutrud, Club Night tonight. It's sure to be a rager. Stay tuned, viewers. This is as sober as you're going to see me all day. Kurt Stock.
I don't have any makeup.
You know what? Neither do I, but we both look fantastic.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. Pop quiz. 1056 or 1272?
1056.
Do you like Star Wars better than Empire Strikes Back then?
Neither. Sorry, I know.
I'm totally buffaloed. All right, let me ask you a different question.
You know what I love? Blues Brothers. Over both of those movies.
Michael Dawson, Brewing TV. How does it feel to be pedaling aboard? Are you guys having a good time?
Yeah! You betcha!
Godspeed, safe travel. How does it feel to be pedaling aboard?
It feels great.
It looks great.
I live for this. I live for this.
Have a good trip. While I was off chasing pedal pubs through the streets, Jake was having almost as much fun at the AHA meeting going on inside the hotel. Many important issues were discussed. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. My mission for the afternoon was to walk around the conference and talk to the great and good.
I was, in my area where I live in the Bay Area, I was surrounded by a lot of craft breweries that were world-class breweries and surrounded by a lot of amazing home brewers. I think we have 5 homebrew clubs just in my area. And I realized that the luxury I had of being able to just call somebody up or go to a homebrew club meeting or drive 5 minutes to a homebrew shop wasn't a luxury that everybody in the country had, or even the world for that matter. So I thought, I can interview these guys that are around me and let everybody share this information. They can sit in on the conversations that I'm lucky enough to have. So that was really the reason to start it.
The interactivity of it is very cool. Do you think that's part of the reason you guys have been so fantastically successful?
I think so. I think that if it wasn't a live format, if it didn't feel familiar like a live radio type of format, and if we weren't able to communicate with our listeners in a way that made them feel like they're hanging out with us, it absolutely wouldn't have worked. So a huge part is that community interacting with us.
I think you have to get a lot of credit for having the vision to see this intersection of social media, new media, and homebrewing. It was something the market was obviously hungry for. Where do you think that's going? What do you think the future of that is?
Well, I think in my case it was right place, right time for one. I think the future of it is only going to be more access and more publicity and more communication. I think at some point we'll cap, obviously, unless, at one point we're all standing naked in the shower together. You can only get as close as possible. That made sense, right?
Yeah, and it's a hell of a visual to leave the viewers with, too.
Hopefully, I guess what I should say is I don't know exactly where it's going, but I really hope that all of us only get more access to the information that we want.
It's a hell of a ride, man. I've enjoyed it so far. You guys are doing great work.
Thank you.
Marshfield Area Society of Home Brewers. So we're Nash, and then our zip code, 54449.
Awesome. What are you guys pouring today?
Oh, we have a real blend of hopscotch, a mild, nice English mild.
Awesome. What was your worst homebrewing disaster ever, Dono?
My worst homebrewing disaster ever was fermenting too warm. British bitter. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, and it was early Hayward, It was an early batch, and it was a little too warm, and it just didn't taste quite right. Not bad enough to dump, but not good enough to drink.
Well, this is Drew Johnson, not here with Brewing TV, but apparently interviewing somebody, Michael Dawson. So, Michael Dawson, what the hell have you had here that's good so far?
I had 2 cask beers at Pro Brewers night last night that really stood out for me.
Tell me.
The New Centurion Mild. I don't know if that's a Battlestar Galactica reference, but I dug it.
Very good.
And the Summit Extra Pale Ale on cask.
Summit Extra Pale Ale on cask, the Amarillo hopped Summit Extra Pale Ale on cask. Very nice.
Guys, pop quiz. Describe your perfect beer, 3 words.
Oh boy. Hoppy, dry, and spicy.
Hoppy, dry, and no.
Copycat?
It's gotta have that wang to it.
Did you say it has to have a wang?
Hoppy, dry, and clean.
Coveted coveted Belgian sour.
Coveted Belgian sour. We almost had a quorum, but you had to be different. Kudos, sir. Your shirt says Gus, your name tag says Dave. I'm confused. Who are you? What's the name of your club?
I'm Dave Manley. I'm with Jack of All Brews out of Laconia, Minnesota.
You guys have a damn good beer here. Tell me what I'm drinking.
This is a Belgian Schoolhouse Tafel beer. It's a very low alcohol beer, but has a lot of character and flavor.
Have you given it to any Belgian school children?
No, not yet. I haven't. If you're willing to give me plane tickets to Belgium, I'll bring a corny with me.
It might be cheaper to import Belgian children here for testing purposes. Cascadian Dark or Black IPA? Owen, go.
Well, I'm from Cascadia, but we haven't yet broken away from the Union. So I thought as a good medium between both camps, we just call it a BHP for a bull hoppy porter. And it's kind of a good medium that everybody can agree on.
What is home brewing to you?
Well, to me, homebrewing is just the greatest hobby. It's a creative outlet. I like to cook. I'm always interested in new flavors, and that's what brewing really, lets me achieve. It helps me relax and express some creativity.
I've always sensed from your books a close kinship with you because I feel that we are both close readers of J.R.R. Tolkien. And I've always wanted to ask you what you think the hobbits were drinking. What sort of beer did they have?
I think they'd be looking at an oak-aged mild, something like that. They wouldn't want it too strong, but they may kick it up to the occasional strong ale. But I picture them more as a mild group.
Yeah. Could I hit you up for a recipe at some point, like a recreationist Shire ale recipe? Okay.
Be happy to.
Look for that, viewers.